And welcome to Earthdawn, 4th edition, episode 7, Tales of His Majesty's Royal Expeditionary Force. It's been a while. We're on a special night here because of work, as bad as that is. Who remembers what happened last time, all those ages back ago?
Math happened.
Yes,
Or-
we were able to circle up, right? That's how we term it, and get training and get cool abilities and some.
We decided it was easier to go to Throal and buy an upgraded wagon and come back than it was to go to like Kratos or something.
Yes,
And then-
correct. I think that's what we
And
did.
then while we're at Throal, we decided to circle up, get some new spells, raise talents, forge armor.
Yes, because the place was a little tougher than we had expected, and there's some creatures there that are a little beyond us.
We sold a bunch of stuff, and
so we turned in a threat item to the Royal Expeditionary Force because our Windling decided not to hurl hand grenades at everything.
Still so sad about that. She's going to remember it. Every time she could have used that hand grenade, she's going to remember it. That's what's going to happen.
Quick question in regards to how much damage does a blood charm do?
Depends on the blood charm.
Yeah, it depends on the blood charm.
the Desperate Blow is 3.
Okay, so it does
3.
3 damage.
When you use it, when you activate it, it adds 6 to your attack test.
Attack or damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then becomes defunct. And then you can recharge it and use it again.
Okay, so I need to alter my character sheet to reflect the 3 damage.
There is a place for that. I don't know where it is on the new sheet. Let me look real quick. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the parameters tab.
My blood charm's under equipment. Blood magic.
There's a place for blood magic, actually.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine got listed there too.
Yeah, right above lifestyle.
Yeah, mine just wasn't listed correctly. It was listed as miscellaneous blood charm.
Yeah, well, mine says that too, but it did put damage 3 down. It didn't give me anything else, but that's all it says.
Yeah, I was just updating mine so it, read right. So I wasn't sitting there going, miscellaneous blood charm, what's that?
Okay, that's nice then, so you don't have to go into the details and manually modify it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just reflecting that right now my character has taken 0 damage.
Yeah, what it's going to do is it's going to lower your maximum.
Cool. Got it. Yeah, I remembered that right after I said that.
Yeah, it's not like constant damage, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, since I don't have any mystic defense as is, I just decided to up my physical defense, or the physical on my armor.
Your mystic still isn't 0, is it?
My mystic defense is 0.
No, mystic defense should not be 0.
I'm sorry, mystic armor.
Your mystic armor should not be 0 either. You're going to need to do what I did, which is go into parameters and just like find your mystic armor setting and just like bump it up 1 or 2 and bump it up and then back down, and it'll.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Or that.
It should reset it.
Well, regardless, I'm the guy that runs into things and hits it.
I mean, yeah. We just want to make sure that's still right, though. Yeah.
All right, I hit normal mystic. Oh, I did defense, not armor. Okay, now you're showing 2 mystic armor.
There you go.
Yeah.
Better than none.
But yeah,
This
physical
is
armor
true.
is
I
really
was just
good.
like, 3, is that really going to, one more, is that really going to help me in these fights? Or is it better that I'm harder to hit in the physical when something's trying to, split me in 2?
Yeah. I mean, it's damage reduction. You're gonna love your mystic armor when you start getting hit with magic, but
Yep.
for now, getting punched in the face is a bigger concern.
All right. So you guys spent a month in Throal.
That sounds about right. Yes.
Circling up,
Yeah.
training.
We did some research.
You did some research. You found out. What did you learn?
That's a very good question.
Well, part of it is the stuff about aggression, because y'all guys did research on that and poison ivy, right?
Yeah, I swear we learned something about poison ivy, but my brain does not tell me what it was. Like somewhere we were supposed to go so I could learn who makes it, like maybe where they usually come from or something like that. I can't remember, but maybe not. Maybe I can't remember.
You have to learn. One of the questions is where the materials used to create it were gathered.
No, right, but the first one is the creator's name.
Yep.
And we were looking for like a possible location of like a possible creator. I wouldn't know where you would find a creator's name with, you know what I mean? I'm not sure how that would work. Because I don't think we rolled high enough to find the creator's name when we did our research. We were but I think we found some information, but I could be wrong.
The Mian, your troubadour, gave you the info that you have. She did not know where it was created or the name of the creator.
Okay.
Oops.
So she just gave us the name, basically.
She gave you all of the questions. She knew the name. Yes.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right.
But knowing the name, you can do research or ask people, ask armors. Maybe they'll know stuff like that when you go into new towns,
Yeah.
Look for likely people. Hey, what do you know of,
Yeah, I don't think we rolled well enough on the research here to find anything. So it's we might have to go to a different town for that one.
So the plan was to leave. Again, I don't know where you were going to depart from here, if you were going back to the Kaer or not.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of what we had decided with that we were going to head on back.
While you are at home, getting ready to leave, there is a knock on your door.
I guess we'll answer it.
I'm up in the ceiling somewhere.
There is a dwarf standing there in the armor of the watch, and he's looking pretty neat and pressed and clean, and he's hands out, I believe this is the right residence, orders, and he hands over a rolled scroll.
Thank you, sir.
He does a stiff bow and then departs.
I would have been leaning back in a chair, but my hand would have been on my sword just in case it was that twit that I stole the sword from.
It'd be funny if he showed
that's who the orders are from.
Ah, damn it! Give me back my sword, you twit! Ah, crap, he's somebody important.
Ooh, new orders. I'll fly down.
Right.
What do we got?
I'll
land on your shoulder.
They don't want us to go back.
Table, roll them out, see what we got.
They are orders that, from the signature and the stamp at the bottom, come from Orgasol, your commander in the Expeditionary Force. And reading it, it says basically that Throal is looking for Theran airships. If you happen to come upon any that you are capable of commandeer at your convenience any Theran airships you may happen to have the opportunity commandeer in your travels and among your duties.
At our convenience.
At your convenience, they say.
That seems to be
admit,
a
I have never
very.
attempted to commandeer an airship, but I can't help but think that convenient is not the right term for it.
But
I would absolutely not use commandeer and convenient in the same sentence. That just.
Well, there's also the small problem that, from what I remember about airships, is they're usually up in the air. And with the exception of Kinsey here, most of us are pretty land-based.
Yes,
Once
there's that
I shall
problem
be
as
very
well.
happy to follow these orders.
The details, they're not expecting you to go and commandeer a behemoth. But basically any small personal or small group vessels, things that can be manageably taken by force from small groups or stolen, and that you can reasonably pilot. They don't expect you to go and steal, huge warships.
Reasonably pilot. Now, I think that's the tricky part.
Does anyone know how to fly an airship?
Yes, there's the question. Is there a skill for airship piloting? Is that a skill?
Cornelius will pull out one of his marionettes. He says, the captain here is probably the only one amongst the party who actually knows how to pilot an airship. And being a puppet, you can imagine how good his skills must actually be.
I get the basic premise of how they work. They're up in the sky.
Air sailing is a skill.
Yeah, air sailing is a skill, and it's one I didn't take because, as I pointed out, with the exception of Kinsey, we don't fly.
Sorry, Jeff, if you're talking, I don't think I heard you. Are you muted?
Yeah, I was. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, I saw your lips moving. I'm like, wait, is he talking?
Yeah, I was just basically saying air sailing is the talent or skill.
Oh, is it just air sailing? Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I suppose
the more ominous aspect is that isn't it said that Theran ships are powered by slaves? The life of slaves?
It is said so, yes.
That sounds a little disturbing.
Well,
but it also sounds par for the course for those folks.
If we encounter a very small airship that happens to have landed for lunch, we shall consider assaulting perhaps 2 or 3 Theran crew on the ground and loading it into our cart and taking it back to Throal. Besides that, I think we shall honorably keep our orders in mind while going about other duties.
Can an airship?
Yes, perhaps if we encounter a Theran dinghy or rowboat, maybe that is something that we can.
I was about to say, can an airship fit on our cart? Am I confused?
You
tie a rope.
Yeah. You can tie ropes, very small ones. There do exist like lifeboat style airships. One or 2 passengers.
Wait, do the airships like naturally like
river and just start, Do
the airships like naturally float, like hover over the ground, or would they just get drug?
They with elemental air, so they do it's like it negates their weight. Yeah.
So they would kind of hover.
Maybe, I don't know. Probably.
Okay, we could drag it behind us then if it's small enough. I imagine.
I mean, if you want, we can go upstairs right now and talk to some of the air sailors up there.
Ooh, that would be really neat. Yeah, can we do that?
You can.
Throal has an air dock.
Yeah. There is a tavern nearby the air docks where air sailors tend to carouse while they are docked.
Awesome. Yes, let's go get a drink.
That's actually a really good idea.
I mean, if we're gonna,
I'd like to follow up into why in the world we suddenly got these new air orders. Like, why in the world are we suddenly interested in Theran airships?
They're not orders; they're more like suggestions. Okay,
it's probably to every expeditionary force member.
Yeah, see,
Throal has a need of their airship for now, and so they tell their various orders to everybody.
Perhaps some far more powerful group who can sprout metal wings from their back and jump into the sky would actually be interested in these, but I think for us it's more of a courtesy. And really, I think what we should be taking for this is that...
But imagine the story.
The expeditionary force, they're expecting Theran airships in the air.
But imagine the story, right? A group of novice expeditionary force members with like fresh out of training or whatever stumble upon something important for Throal.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yes.
First we find an undiscovered cairn, and now we're going to find an airship. This is perfect.
I just wanted the context, because this, going out, exploring, makes perfect sense with an expeditionary force.
Yeah.
Suddenly stealing airships?
Well,
there may be an airship in the Kaer.
I mean,
true.
But
sort of in dry dock, perhaps.
But at this point, we need to learn more about airships. So let's go to the bar.
Yeah. As I said, I'm perfectly fine behind this. It's just some orders. As I said, I just want some context with this, because this is kind of out of the blue.
Oh, well. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We go to the bar.
All right, you go to the bar.
Go up to the air docks.
Oh, great. That means I have to do stuff.
The big blue room.
So traveling through Throal, there is a place where there are stairs. Lots of stairs that go up. Or, for spending, I'll say 5 silver, the whole party can hop on a air platform that'll float you up to the top.
Yeah, I'll pay the silver.
Yeah. If we all pay like 1 silver, we're good, right? So we all pay 1 silver.
And it floats you up to the top through a very narrow circular chimney style thing. You lose track of just how far up you go, but eventually you're in a place that seems to have windows and walls, and you can see outward, and there are large wooden platforms that leading off into various sides of the top of the mountain here, where there are airships docked. And there is, so in the direction that the mountain still climbs a little bit, a tavern built up there. And it's a rather large tavern.
Nice.
And it is loud, and there's music and singing, and it is the Winded Sailor.
Winded Sailor.
Very cool. Yes, this is perfect place. This is great. Let's go.
And as you approach, somebody gets thrown out of the window.
How do you bounce?
Okay.
It is a human dressed in casual garb or whatever. And there is a dwarf that kind of walks to the window after and says, "Don't you say that about my ship. That's the best ship we have out there. None of those are any better." And he turns around and stomps back in.
Okay. Good rule. Do not insult anybody's airship. Got it?
Especially a dwarven one.
Human to their feet.
And the human gets up and says, "Wouldn't even float on water."
You okay?
"Oh, yes, I'm fine. You?" He kind of gives you all a look. "Ah, yes, we're a little high for the ground bound."
I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of depths.
I'm afraid of the sudden stop at the end, not necessarily the fall.
Well, you make sure you don't stop suddenly. Anybody knows that. He wipes his little blood off of his nose.
How high off the ground are we?
I chose not to look.
I'll be standing at the edge looking down.
There's nothing really down to look because you have a mountain that kind of spreads out, but you are pretty high up this mountain from what you can tell.
So basically my wind walking...
You're at about 4,000 or 5,000 feet up.
Or wind catcher was going to be taxed, huh?
Yes. So are you
well for about 3 seconds?
Are you an airship captain? Do you own an airship?
He puffs up a little bit and gets ready to... Captain, no.
A
sailor?
Just a sailor.
You a sailor? Oh, that's awesome. Can I buy you a drink?
Yes, it is. Oh, sure you can. Come in.
So, truthfully, was his ship really worth the insults, whatever it was that you gave him?
All right. He kind of glances back towards the window to see if he can see the dwarf, and it's like, all right. Points down one of the docks. It's like, third one over there on the left. To you guys, looks just like any of the others.
They don't even look any different.
No, I mean, stylistic difference. There's some that are long and narrow, some that are short and squat. It's like looking at a.
We don't understand any of the differences.
Yeah, it's looking at a marina of 5 different style of yachts out there that are different. They all, they're all roughly look the same. That one there. So yeah, it's worth the insult.
Clearly.
Yes.
Compared to
yes.
which one?
It's clearly plain how, yes.
My ship, he points to the other off-shooting dock, is that one right there. And it almost looks, the same.
Is his at least a little bigger?
No, it doesn't look a little bigger. It actually looks a little narrower.
Okay. Nice.
I got a question. As a Sky Raider without air sailing, would I actually be able to tell the difference, or?
That's nice.
His looks, the one he pointed to looks more like a smuggler-style ship built for speed, as far as you can tell. And the one he was insulting looks like it was built more for cargo. But you can make me a half magic test to get an appraisal of them.
So just the half magic under overview, correct?
Under, perception if it asks for the attribute.
Sky Raider half magic. Both of these are prey.
I don't know if I did well or not.
A 4 is not. You don't know a whole lot of details, but
no. Wait,
I got an 11.
He rolled an 11.
Oh, who am I looking at? Oh,
Oh
Cornelius.
yeah, he got an 11. Sorry, I rolled a 4 in a meager attempt too. I'm standing next to him and like mimicking his motions as he's trying to scrutinize, but clearly not getting it.
All right.
So with an 11, what does he get?
11. You can tell that the dwarf's ship tends to be a little more durable and stuff like that. If you were going to attack, you can almost think of ways that you might want to attack the dwarf's ship. You wouldn't want to come on it from anywhere they could see it, but it almost looks like it would be real easy to sneak up on from behind. The name of it that you can tell is... where is this? The Night Scorn. And then the other ship looks more, like I said, it's built for speed, it's built for evasion. That one might be hard to sneak up on. You'd probably have to damage it a little bit to slow it down if you were going to raid it. And that one is named the Broken Dragon.
Oh, it's definitely got a cooler name.
Yes, just by the name.
Do names make them go faster?
Not that I'm aware of, but usually you name the boat after you build it, so you generally have an idea what it's capable of. Some people name them before they get them done building, but usually they have the idea of what they're trying to build in the first place. If I'm understanding ship writing correctly.
Is he implying that this ship can break dragons then?
Are you asking that?
Yeah, 100%
Heavy
less
Dragon
that.
Breaker?
It was just a name. Like I said, it's not my ship. I'm just a sailor.
You're just a sailor.
Yep.
Well, how about this? Now that we're done looking at ships and whatnot, why don't we go inside and get this man his drink?
Yes. Come on.
Yes,
Kinda-
yes.
Seems like a good idea.
And he walks in. He strides in before you. And, he's brushing himself off, and he has a grin on his face, and he tends to ignore where the dwarf is, and the dwarf's companions are sitting at one table off to the side there. And he leads you guys over to a table kind of, not the opposite corner, but far away from the dwarf's table, where some people are already sitting. Gentlemen, let me introduce to you. And he stops.
Kinsey.
I'm going to break off while they're doing this. I'm going to go up to the barkeep, and I'm going to pay for a round of drinks to the dwarves for their fine vessel, the Night Scorned. And then I'll
We
return
haven't come
to
up with
the
a
other
name for our
table.
group, have we?
Not yet, no.
I don't believe we have. No.
We need to.
Well,
Agreed.
Broken Dragon and Night Scorned are taken, so we're going to have to come up with something else.
Yes.
The Scorned Dragon.
The Scorned Dragon.
Do we want a name that'll make us go faster?
That might be his name if he says something bad about the dwarves again.
For the table of dwarves, 1 silver. We'll buy a round for them.
Okay, no problem.
Do you want any message delivered with it?
Nah, not at this time. But it's just try to. Oh yeah, how much for the window?
Oh, that comes out of their tab. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Wait, whose tab? The dwarf or the guys who went through it?
It's kind of a communal tab.
I'll just pay for it. How about that? How much?
A sailor's tax, so to speak.
If you
Really?
want to. 30 silver.
All right.
Just wasting
And,
money.
That
group of
way-
adepts come
that
back
way
from the
nobody's
fair,
feelings
big
are hurt.
haul- Group of adepts come back to Throal with after getting a big haul out of a Kaer, and we just got money burning holes in our pockets. Yeah, let's put a light towards my shield. I'll pay for that window. Why not?
Oh, you need
Yeah.
to hire somebody to sweep up this floor? I'll hire somebody.
Hello, gentlemen. It is awesome to meet you guys. And she'll kind of flitter around and literally shake everybody's hands.
See? It's awesome to meet us. Oh, by the way, I'm Satyrus, the guy that led you in there. He offers his hand. That ugly fella there is Vassos, and Kudret, and Martino.
We saw your airship out there. It looked really, really cool.
And they preen. They all sit a little taller and smile, and yes, it is. Finest airship on the docks.
Allow me to buy you guys around. And I tell him, round on me. Come on.
Please.
Just throwing money around. It's fine.
I'm actually going to be taking in the room and whatnot, just trying to get an idea of the cliques, the pecking order in this place.
From what you can see looking around, the table that you're at now are more air sailory types. Most of the bar is air sailory types. The dwarf's table seems to be of the Sky Raider motif. They are sitting a little off to their side. They're behaving, so they're not, in open conflict right now, but they definitely have a different vibe than the air sailors.
And how are the air sailors towards me? Since I don't know. Do Sky Raiders have a specific style of dress?
They can. Right now, you're not on a ship, you're not on a cruise, so they don't really have a reason to treat you differently. Yeah.
Okay, I just wasn't sure what the perception on Sky Raiders in general was in this area.
Mostly when a Sky Raider and an Air Sailor meet, there's a fist fight.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons why I was paying for everything, because I was like, I don't want to turn this into a full-blown brawl right now.
Like I said, most people are behaving. It's very loud and raucous in here, lots of drinking. And, some people are even going over to the dwarves and patting the one on the back that threw the other guy out, even though they don't really fit in with them.
Fair enough.
So, are you gentlemen in between cargo shipments? Is that what you're currently doing, or is there some other work that you're doing right now?
Yes, we're picking up supplies.
Oh, where are we headed off to? Where are you headed off to?
I think there were two options. Our captain, depending on what he can secure, he was either going to try to run a list of medical and healing aids up towards Parlength, or if they couldn't acquire all of that, there's just a lot of general goods that are being sought down in Carafod. So
yes.
one or the other. Carafod's the longer trip, but the hazard pay going to Parlength generally makes up for the difference.
What have you heard any new news out of Parlength? As you say, hazard pay. So and of course, I think we're very well aware, the presence of horrors there. I'm just seeing anything interesting or exciting of late.
Where to start? News is always changing here, and generally, this far out, anything you hear is already going to be old news.
Sure.
However, while I was down below, meeting up with some acquaintances in town, I happened to overhear a librarian that said that they were doing research for somebody recently on some old passages. And I didn't hear all the details, but I heard a word. Butter spider.
Butter spider.
Yeah, apparently it's a mystical something or other, but I don't know if they just looking for info on it or if somebody had supposedly found it. But
perhaps it's an ancient drink.
Maybe.
Butter spider. So these passages, you're saying passages as in the hallway sort of variety, and not
no. Passages
from
books.
A book.
Yes, books.
Oh, it is from books. Oh.
Something about healing lard. And he looks confused at that.
Healing lard.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, butter and lard are not necessarily too far apart.
Yeah, it was strange, but that was, there was hints linking it to Parlength. I don't know why, but maybe if we go that way, I can find out more info.
So, not to get on a different subject here, but I'm really, really excited to learn a little bit about airships. If you don't mind, I have some questions because I really
am signing on.
About them. I don't know yet, but I just more like a curiosity at the moment.
Well, sure. What do you need to know?
Well, how high up can you go? I mean, above the clouds?
Some can. Not all of them tend to. Up above the clouds, you risk, dragons for one, but there's other nasty critters that fly too. So you kind of, 1,000 feet or so above ground level, relatively.
Oh. So it's sort of a safe zone kind of
thing.
Safer zone.
Some like to fly lower, some like to fly a little higher for speed. Obviously, it also depends on where you're traveling and what your cargo is. Lots of different factors.
Okay, all right. What about how low? I mean, not every place has a sky dock like here, right? Like sometimes you have to get low to the ground, I imagine.
The broken dragon can hug the tree lines.
Oh, very cool. Does it like so? It doesn't land or anything like that, right? It just kind of does it like float over the ground at some point, or like?
Oh, ours can float in water. We have made water landings before. But no, it doesn't land. We can adjust the height. But the captain at times, because we kind of looks around and lowers his voice, but not really. Often like to keep things low and fast to get to our destination. So.
Oh, understand. Yeah, no, that's really cool. Like, how fast does it go?
He names a speed.
You don't have as far to fall.
He what?
He names a speed and a unit of measure that.
Fair enough.
35 kilocams.
Yeah.
Fall off. Yeah.
It can go 0.5 past light speed.
If you can then land on water and be on water and go as fast as you're claiming it to be, have you ever had fun and buzzed a few low fields or farmers? This is a joke.
Yes.
I suspected as much. I could see the look in your eye. There's no shame in it, as long as no one gets hurt.
That's the key. We try not to hurt anybody.
That's really neat. Have you like had to like run away from creatures and stuff before? Like, do you to outrun things? Like, have you been in danger?
We don't run away from things. We just can't be caught by them.
Oh, okay. Understood. Interesting. Are they easy to fly? Like, how long does it take to kind of learn how to fly one?
You can sign on as a crew with relatively little experience, but to learn to captain one, it takes some years of study. But with an experienced crew, you can also get hands-on training.
Okay.
Why, you thinking of buying one?
Not at this moment. We're not in that range at the moment, but at some point potentially.
If it's not a turn for me to ask, because I'm quite curious. Have you ever encountered any Theran ships at all? I mean, I'm not necessarily the big ones, the behemoths and whatnot, but
are there
even a few of their.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Have you seen any?
Yes.
So you have seen some.
We do our duty to report sometimes, but we've come across a few Theran slave ships raiding villages and stuff for victims. Or some mining ships. Sometimes they have a few small ones that like to try to seek out places rich in true elements.
Jerks. Why can't they just let people live? Have to enslave everybody. Ugh.
Well, there is a war going on after all.
Oh, very true. So you report them to Throal then when you see them?
Yes.
Do they generally stay in like one area?
Or they can be found
all over?
Everywhere, yes. I think the last one we encountered was a Drakkar down, I want to say between the Thunder Mountains and Vistraman?
A Drakkar, is that what you said? Is that a type?
Yes, it's a smaller crude vessel. I think they had. What do you think they had? Their crew was dozen and a half. Says one of the other ones.
What are
Plus the slaves?
Yeah. What are the smallest ships?
That operate alone? Probably one of the smaller Drakkars. If it's as an escort or traveling with others, probably get some that. What do you think? 6 to 10?
Oh, I see. So, like, sometimes they have like smaller ships as just escorts for like a bigger ship.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it in the ocean sometimes. You know, you have your big ships, but then you have little rowboats to get some crew to shore or not if the ships can't get close enough to land. You have lifeboats that can get people to safety. You know, you have things that can handle all various amounts of people on them.
Interesting. Okay. All right. That's really cool. That's awesome. How long did it take to build your boat?
It's quite.
You know, I don't know. But if you're really in the market for an airship, Jarris is probably where you want to go.
Jarris?
Yeah, Jarris. They have the shipyards. They build quite a few of them.
Sorry, where's Jarris?
East.
Down south.
Or sorry, west.
Is it?
Okay. Oh, it's like right beside the waist. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that one. I was thinking of Travar.
Oh,
okay. There he is.
Oh, so they have a shipyard there.
Yeah.
Neat. That is fascinating.
But yes, Travar makes some too.
So you guys fly all over the place then?
Well, yeah. You know, we stick to certain trade routes, but yeah. Oh, we can't share those.
Have you been further? Well, of course not. I mean, have you been further afield than Barsave, beyond Barsave's borders?
No.
Are there ships that would go that far?
I presume for the right price.
Seems
our ship doesn't quite have the range for that, so we like to stick in the, Barsave. We gotten down as far as Landis before.
Okay, so pretty good distance.
Yes, you looks like you've crossed it from side to side. That's for sure.
Yes.
When are you headed out, and possibly to Parlanthe or to your other destination?
I think the captain's waiting on word. If we get it within the day, we should be ready to leave sometime tomorrow.
Just for the heck of it, I rolled a 9 on my horror lore.
Mm-hmm.
In regards to butter spider.
It is not.
Besides probably an awful taste. It's probably just an awful tasting candy bar, I'm imagining then.
But you do have legends and history, right?
Don't lay us.
I think I do. Let me. It's the Butterfinger's ugly brother. I have legends and heroes.
Hold on, I need to adjust Owen's volume.
I just noticed that I think all of the places that have ports where airships and ships can dock are yellow circles.
Are they? Oh, maybe.
Look at you looking at the key. All right.
Oh, I didn't even look at the key. What does the key say?
Yellow circles are cities.
Oh, it just says city.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that. Yeah, but I'm actually talking about literally can dock there. I mean,
I would imagine
you
most
got
large
Jer-
cities you would have an airship dock.
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
right?
You got like Jairus,
That would make
Contention,
sense, yeah.
Crowdus, Denlikian, you got Travar, you got No, it doesn't have parlay. Okay, sorry. I'm slightly off then. Oh well.
What's with the weird things over top of Parlink?
Parlink is a ruin.
Oh,
Yeah, because
that's what that is.
Haven is actually the place where the actual town. Parlink is the abandoned city
Haven's
that's
a
built.
chunk of parlay where it's safe.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, he rolled a 9 on his legends.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So let's see. There is a legend of the butter spider box. Apparently, it is an old rusty box that contains a spider made of butter. But it's not actually butter, it's made of lard. And
Butter and lard. Okay.
It seems to have healing abilities.
A spider with healing abilities. Okay. Made of butter.
Made of butter. Well, lard.
Yeah.
Looks like butter.
Looks like
Does
butter.
it taste like butter?
That's where some of the legends kind of vary. There's a number of different versions that some say that you are supposed to eat of the large butter spider and then it magically will grow back. But there's other parts of that tale where that's not necessarily true. Some say you're just supposed to place the spider on top of the wound, and others say you rub it on the wound. You're supposed to basically let it lay upon you as you sleep, and the spider will come alive and crawl on you while you're sleeping. Although I think they usually save those ones to children to get them to go to sleep.
That sounds
Lest the butter spider get them.
really creepy.
Yes. Well, it's already odd when you think of it, a spider made of lard to begin with. And there's much conjecture as to where exactly the lard comes from.
Yeah,
Earwax.
like refill it.
Yes. Some say it's the earwax from a collection of troll skywriters. Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting tale. Anyway, gentlemen, you have been very fascinating, and we really appreciate you answering our questions.
And you too. If you're ever if we're ever in dock without immediate departure imminent, look us up. Maybe we can get you on a short jaunt somewhere to show you around the workings of our ship.
Oh, her eyes like light up. Oh, that would be awesome. We got to do it. We got to do it, guys.
We may be back in a day's time. You never know.
Well, they have a mission. They'll be on a mission. But anyway, yeah. We'll check you up later on. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, they all raise up their glasses and thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'll do a good drink with them before we leave.
At one point, Arca, you notice that the dwarves kind of glance in your direction when the bartender has the drinks delivered. The person kind of points in your way. And the dwarf raises up his tankard with a slight nod.
They like you.
Well, he's not sitting with us, so. Is he there? Arca? Arca.
I don't
Hola,
know.
Arca.
My video might be frozen. Oh no. He moved. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
So the dwarf nods to you, raises up the mug that you had delivered. I didn't know if you wanted to approach them or discuss anything with them or not.
I salute him back, but I'm mainly just I'm trying to be as neutral as I can while my group has taken a side.
You can get the sense that everybody in here knows right away that your group is not part of a crew. So they're kind of treating them a little more neutrally than they would other crews.
Okay. As I said, I'm still listening to the conversation we're having here, so that's why I'm like, I don't want to leave it to go start a new one.
Okay. Anybody else wanted to approach somebody else in here, or were you guys pretty much done with this conversation?
Oh, I'm done.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we'll finish our drinks with these guys, and then we'll head out.
Okay. They buy you around during the conversation and before you guys go. But, when they're done, they're clapping you on the back and, yeah, come on up if we're in town. Just, if you see the broken dragon in the docks, come on up.
Awesome.
And you realize that inside Throal, you can't tell what's up at the docks.
We literally have to come all the way up here to find out if it's in the docks, right?
Lots of stairs. Well, I mean, I guess, maybe Kinsey could fly up somewhere high enough to see, but
that's a long flight for her. Okay, that's a
probably
long flight for her.
It's a lot of air stairs.
Yeah.
She'll be like resting every 5 minutes, on one of the steps, and then flying up again, resting, flying up again, resting.
The air elevator takes you down again as part of the fee that brought you up here.
Oh, good. We don't have to pay it again. That's good.
And it's, now that you're going down and you have a general sense of how long it took you, it takes quite a few minutes to reach the bottom. It doesn't zoom it quick. It actually goes fairly slow. But you're back down at the bottom.
Okay, that was really interesting. And clearly, if we found one, we probably won't be able to fly it.
No. I'd entertained the notion that possibly we could have gone with them on their upcoming mission. You never know what we might have run into.
True. We don't. I mean, let's go back to the house first and discuss it. We don't want to have ears hearing us.
Are you sure you don't want to stand here in the open market and just shout at each other?
No, I'm good.
All right. If that's the way you feel about it.
I heard Parlink is really, really dangerous, though.
That I've heard as well, yes.
Look, we already have one dangerous place, but
one of the most famous Nethermancers in all of Barsave goes through there. He's 15th circle.
That's a bit of a challenge.
So I think this is not a place we want to just casually show up at.
What was their other location? They said they would go to where?
Carafod.
Where's Carafod?
Where the orcs are, southwest, near Rivain and Skypoint.
Oh.
Oh, I guess Skypoint is still around right now, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, we'll go back to the house first before we.
All right. When you get to the house, you notice that there is a dwarf kind of standing outside of the gate leading to your residence, doing measurements with his arms, right? He's kind of holding his arms outstretched, occasionally tilting his head and holding his hand out and trying, just strange, weird measurements with no actual tools.
I will flutter over to him and just sit on his shoulder. Hi, what you doing? Did you hear me?
Yeah. No, I'm
Okay.
trying to look at a comment. I don't know if the feed froze.
Did it?
Oh. He kind of looks over and he's that window on the upper right is about 2 yards too far to the right. It should be to the left in order to maintain symmetry with the window up there to the left.
I mean, we didn't exactly build it, and I'm not sure what would go into moving or changing things like that. Sounds like a difficult process.
Not at all, not at all. An elementalist could probably do it along with a construction crew.
I mean, is it important that we have symmetry?
Well, yes.
I mean, why? You're not symmetrical. I'm not symmetrical.
Hey, I want to be symmetrical.
Good point. We are not symmetrical.
So why does
But,
that have to be symmetrical?
Because it should. When I walk down this street, it stands out.
Maybe we want to stand out. Maybe that's what we want.
Kind of looks at you and gives you the eye.
What's your name?
Blart.
Blart, I am Kinsey. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kinsey.
So this bothers you?
Yes.
Does anything not?
You know what? I can
bother
even
you?
pay to have it fixed if you don't want to have it fixed. You can approve of the crew that does it. I don't care.
It bothers you that much?
Yes.
Just so all you need to do is move a window, right?
Well, yeah, they'll have to cut a hole out of the wall and move the window and rebuild the wall up on the other side. Good team could probably do it in a couple days.
Are the rest of us approaching you here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, he wants to pay to have our window moved to make it symmetrical.
Who? What? Who are you?
This is Blart.
Yes.
What? Are you with some sort of Bartertown or Throlic authority?
No?
So what do you do?
I walk around. I look around. I notice things. I see things. And I get annoyed by that window every time I pass it.
So you're just annoyed. So you're walk around Bordertown to fix all the unsymmetrical things inside the car? Is that the idea?
Well, yes, now that you put it that way.
I mean, how do you get the money to fix all of that?
Don't worry about that.
He probably owns a mine or something.
You walk around this way often?
Fairly often.
Do you live around here, or is this just on your way?
I live around here.
You said
With
that weird.
the expeditionary force?
No. No, I'm not part of any Throlic organizations officially. Or unofficially, for that matter.
But you go around and just fix things.
Yes, I like things to have a pleasant aesthetic.
I mean...
And besides, if it's symmetrical, it has a better chance of improving the pattern of the building itself, of the dwelling itself, which can help make it more defensible.
Why does that make it more defensible?
Let him fix it.
I mean, I don't really care. I just think it's odd.
Yeah, I don't care either.
You said 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days.
Better make it quick, because we're going to be leaving soon.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind, I can have some people out here today.
Sure. You can fix our window today.
Yeah. Are you going to be here, or you want to...
Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit.
Okay. I mean, we can do most of the work from the outside, but we might have to get inside and up and around there a few times, but...
Yep. That should be okay.
All right. And he kind of smiles satisfactorily and starts walking down the road in the opposite direction from which you came.
Weird guy. He was very weird.
People in this are strange. This guy is giving us a bad name.
Kinsey?
Yes.
You're weird too.
What? I am not. I mean...
Yeah.
I have 2 theories. One, that man is a quester of a Pandal, and this building's construction offends his sensibilities. Or 2, that man is a thief, and he is casing the joint while adding a secret entrance that he can access when we are gone.
Well, that means we have
to...
I
like that second one.
Yeah.
I like that second one as well.
Which would concern me if I kept anything of value here.
So we put away everything of value out of the main room that they'd be looking in, which, do we actually own anything of value? Not really. So we're good. And then...
we own a great deal of value, but we mostly carry it
on us.
That's personal equipment.
Yes.
Sort of hard to steal the plate armor off of a warrior.
So let's move everything out. We'll put everything out of sight out of the main room where the window is, right? Because the main room
going to be packing up to head out to Asadi again soon. Anyway,
it was upstairs, so it was one of the bedrooms probably.
Oh, is it? Okay. So he has to go through the main room, go upstairs, and go to the bedroom to do it. Okay, we'll just clear the main room.
Out of
and
curiosity, is the window actually asymmetrical? Like, can I?
Looking at it, give me a perception test.
Sure.
Or awareness if you have it.
Nah. Is it waiting on car? Is it? Oh, there's.
I have awareness.
It doesn't look asymmetrical to you.
I'm about to say, is this awareness or perception?
Oh, there we go. What about me? See? I'm going to examine it closely. I will fly up there and really look.
Yeah, Kinsey, you're flying up there looking, and at first you can't tell either. I mean, how is 2 windows asymmetrical? Because you can divide the distance between them by half or whatever. But the more time you spend studying, after a few minutes, you can tell that where the property kind of ends on one side is actually a little closer to that window's edge than the other window's thing. And then if you fly out to the front, far enough away from it to where the entrance gate is of leading up inside and stuff like that, it's actually a little, when you start factoring in more details than just looking at the front wall, yes, it's off. It doesn't seem to bother you, or...
I mean, it's off I see it. I see what he saw. And I think it looks cool personally. I would probably just keep it, but that's just me. But if he wants,
I think it should be kept as well. He seems far too strange to be trusted with any sort of whether he's legitimate or not.
I mean, at this point, we've already accepted. So the best we could do is just watch him carefully and make sure he doesn't do any, mystical finagling.
He's just going to load up all the idols into the cart anyway, and I don't know, if they want to steal our dirty dishes, I'm not about to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, once we, literally, we take everything of value with us when we leave, so I don't know what he'd be stealing, but...
I mean, presumably you could steal, the table and the chairs, but...
Yeah, you have furniture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's,
You probably have mundane decorations inside.
Yeah. But
when we're gone... There's nobody here to stop him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not like there's security, so I don't know why,
Yeah. It's just Throal. It's one of the safest places there is.
Yeah, I mean, trying that hard to rob us sounds a little silly.
True.
I mean, to be fair, we do own some very valuable things. It's just we don't leave them in that house when we're not here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
maybe he's playing a very long game.
Yes, he could be playing the long game.
If he is, kudos to him.
Yes.
But we should watch him regardless. We should watch the crew and very carefully when they're here.
That's only because you want to see how they do it.
Well, of course, I do want to see how. I want to see them move a window. I've never seen anyone move a window. That sounds really cool.
I told you you're weird.
That's, learning things is weird. Whatever. You learn things all the time.
So you start going through your preparations to pack up and leave, and about 2 hours later, the dwarf comes back. And he seems to have another 4 dwarves with him.
I fly up to him. I saw it. I had to look really closely, but I saw it. It is off.
I told you it was off.
All right. But look at me. Promise me, no funny business, right? Just fixing the window, right?
Define funny business.
Meaning you're just here to move the window and nothing else.
I can't promise that because there's a reason for the window moving. Besides just the aesthetic. Like I said, it reinforces the pattern of the structure.
I mean, but you're just actively just moving the window, right?
I swear I am up to no malicious intent. I'll take a blood oath if you want.
So take a blood oath. Jeez, that's a bit extreme.
That seems a bit for some remodeling.
Is there a role for this where I can sense whether he's? I don't know what that.
Yes, you can roll. It is a interaction test. Let me look it up.
Illusionist half magic or something specifically about sniffing out lies and truth.
Yes, there is that too.
Yeah, there is that. I may have to go and do that here. Gosh dang it! My PDF reader crashed. Hold on.
All right. Insight. Make an interaction test. If successful, what is this against? Detecting deception. Where the heck is the actual test, though?
Yeah, attempting to perceive the truth of a given situation. So I'd imagine this would just be a perception.
Yeah, half magic perception.
For you, right? But for me...
For me... Maybe I'm going to spend a karma on this one. Something's goofy.
Nice, a 12.
That 12 is it's not bad. Better than the 4 I got earlier. So.
Yeah. Rolled 2 1s and a 6. Okay.
Jeez.
Okay. It would be...
Jeez.
No. Charisma test. Okay. So, Kinsey, make me a charisma test.
Okay. Just a roll of charisma.
Yes. It is versus his social defense, which you do not...
A whole 7.
You can't tell.
Okay. I go back and forth looking at him, scrutinizing him.
But, Cornelius, you heard the conversation, you heard his explanation, and something about it definitely rings true.
That he's actually legit.
His purpose seems to be definitely something about, reaffirming the pattern of the structure. Something about that definitely rings true.
All right.
Hey, Blart, I have a question for you, good sir.
Yes?
You mentioned that you've been kind of walking around a lot in this area and making similar adjustments as you're about to with this window here. That it may even enhance, you say, the pattern of the area. Have you made many other adjustments around here?
Yes.
Like point to me.
Would you like references?
Those buildings well, just those buildings over there. Just which ones? Have you done any over in that line of or buildings?
Let's see. On this street, down 5 buildings down. He points in one direction. Over here, I had to bring the front gate wall partition in a foot on the left-hand side. The door, there was a doorway on one of these. No, I think it was a street over. But I moved the door 2 inches to the right and actually added a step because it needed to be 6 inches higher.
I see. And is it just this immediate several block area, or are you traveling throughout the entirety of Bartertown to make these adjustments?
You're in Throal, not Bartertown.
Oh, we're actually in Throal.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Your house is in Throal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it. So are you going throughout Throal doing this, or just this particular area?
I've been through most of Throal at one point or another.
Can I ask you a question? Why?
You may.
Yeah, why?
I told you. Okay. You know how when the Kaer's wall or doors are sealed, they trace a pattern of sealing into it with orichalcum and strengthening it with rituals and magic and stuff like that. The pattern matters.
Okay.
The pattern matters, yes, for defense, say, for example.
Yes, not just for defense. There's other things that matter, like A well-patterned park makes children happier than a poorly patterned park.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me clarify my question. Why you? Why are you the one doing this?
Nobody else seems to notice that it needs it.
So no one else in the city notices there might be structural problems?
No, there's no structural problems. It's structurally sound.
Is this improving that structural soundness, or is this me? Could this become more problematic? Could this become a problem?
No. No problem. Overall, it is an improvement.
To the structural?
To the structure, to the mood, to the traffic flow down the street. It's all interconnected.
Okay. Yeah. I look at Cornelius. What do you think?
I think we should let him go and do what he needs to be done. Get done. We can discuss this. We can discuss this later.
Yes.
Do you want assurances? Nothing inside will be stolen, or if damaged accidentally by the work, we will replace it. You don't have to worry about that. Is there anything else you would like us to agree to before we work?
Actually, yes. Where do you live in case or how do we contact you later? How do we contact you later if there is a problem later on?
You can contact me. He stops and holds his hand out to one of his crew members there, who hands him a kind of a scroll, parchment, and takes a quill, and the dwarf there holds up an ink jar, and he kind of takes it and he scrawls an address down, and then he hands it to you. It seems to be a street kind of on the other end of Throal, one of the other tunnels.
Is this where you live?
That is where I stay when I am in town, yes.
I
may not be there when you come, but yes.
So you travel a lot?
It can take weeks just to walk around Throal.
Oh, true. It can, yes. Okay. All right. Well,
you belong? Then... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I'm good.
I just one final question. Then, do you belong to an organization of some sort, or is it just you? He said no. Okay.
Just me.
But you just happen to know these guys?
Oh, yes.
So, who are these guys? I mean, do you have like a company name or something? They that way we can trust their work. Do they do this kind of work a lot?
They do this kind of work a lot. We don't have a company. We should get a company name. Yeah, we should get a company name.
So should we.
A company name would improve our pattern.
It would.
How about... I don't know. I'll have to think on it. Maybe I'll have one by the time we finish.
How many are there? Is it? Wait, you said there were 4, right?
Yes.
Total, or
yeah, four dwarves besides him.
Oh, okay. I mean, is there just 4 of you? You just call yourselves the 4 dwarves builders, the 4 building dwarves?
They kind of look at each other, shake their head.
Or the quad. So you call yourselves the quad.
The aestheticals.
The aestheticals?
The aestheticals. I like that.
The four dwarves of the apocalypse or something is where I was going.
All right.
That's only a side
I
job.
think that's a bard group.
All right. You guys can get to work, though.
All right. And they had, I didn't get to say it, but they brought in a wagon with a bunch of tools and wood and stuff like that. And they get to work almost immediately making a scaffolding type thing for the outside so that they can climb up and down. And they get to work. I
will watch them, but not try to be. I'll ask a lot of questions, but try not to be too intrusive. Well, for her,
they answer questions while they work. Generally short and to the point.
That's fine. Okay. Awesome.
Conversational type questions usually get a yes, no, maybe, or just like this type of answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would just be mostly about what they're doing and stuff. So,
what are you doing now? I'm doing this. How are you going to do that? Just like this.
Saying fire to a Kinsey. Wait, why?
So Kinsey would just be there watching them and stuff, and I assuming they're not doing anything, but I can roll if you want me to watch to see if they do anything that I think is odd or anything like that.
Odd, no, but at some point during the process, one of them stops working and kind of sits cross-legged in the yard out of your ways when you're loading your wagons and stuff, and just seems to be doing something magical. And then about a half hour later, elemental and earth elemental kind of rises into the place and starts to assist.
Oh, you're the elementalist.
Yes, I am.
That's awesome. Is he gonna look at the elemental too while it's doing its work, examining it?
It looks a lot like the stone man down in that Kaer.
Oh, of course it does. She's gonna get flashbacks and take a few steps back.
Yeah. This one obviously is not making any aggressive behavior, and there's a point where they start to trace the window, and it actually goes up there and places its hands on either side of the window. And after a few minutes, the window slowly pops out of the stone wall, and one of the dwarfs catches it, and they carefully lower it down. And then it just for the next hour or so, it slowly seems to be moving a little bit of stone from one side over to the other.
Very cool.
So the window is slowly moving. It's inching its way in one direction.
Very strange.
Oh, Kinsey is absolutely excited and enthralled.
Kothar has awareness, right?
Yeah.
So while you guys are preparing, they're staying out of your way pretty much while you guys are loading up your stuff. But you notice between, making a trip out to the wagon to set stuff up and coming back in, that a table is slightly positioned a few inches to the left from where it was a few minutes ago. And then you come back in and you notice that a potted plant that you have in a room is in the different corner.
They keep moving our furniture too.
They're improving the feng shui. Get over it.
Yeah, big time.
But that plant requires more sunlight. It needs more light, not less.
Everything has to be in just the right place so that when they summon the horror, it's a successful ritual.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yep. All right, you guys do your preparations. Or are you gonna leave while they're still finishing up the next day?
Well, we should wait till they're done. I don't know if Kinsey would feel comfortable with leaving them. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. We have all the stuff here. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do you want to leave them here?
Would pattern craft give us any sort of insight as to what's happening, or is this an insight thing that we would need to do?
With pattern craft, it would give you that the explanation is plausible. I mean, if for whatever reason there was a ritual being created down the street, then the entire street would have to conform to it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Are they almost done?
Yeah, they don't work through the night. They give you a chance to sleep. They camp out with their stuff in the yard. And then they make sure everybody is awake before they start in the morning, because there is some noise involved and they are polite and don't want to wake anybody up. And if you guys stick around until they're done about halfway through the day.
We can stick around. Let's stick
around. A lot of the furniture is adjusted. Nothing's missing, but yes, certain things are adjusted. Certain hangings that were on the wall are maybe, over here instead of over there or whatever. But everything actually seems better looking around. It's one of those things where you liked that thing on the wall right there, but when the spouse moves it over there, it's like, hey, wait a minute, yeah, it should have been over there all along.
Fair enough. That's what happens when you bring a decorator in, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll wait till they're done. Now I'll examine the window.
It looks the same, but if you go out back over to where you were when you noticed it being off, it does actually look more pleasing to the eye.
Good job, guys. I can see the difference.
I'm glad somebody can. Usually when we're done, people can't, but... Well, it was a pleasure doing...
They explained everything they were doing to Kenzie in detail.
Yeah.
She now knows how to move a window. Well, if she could figure out how to summon an elemental, but she otherwise she now knows how to move a window. But yes, good job. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it too. Thank you.
And we'll wait till they leave.
And they leave. Well, the dwarf, good job, congratulates the crew, and they all leave.
Okay. All right. Now that that's over with, I feel like we're missing something on this one, and it's going to come back and bite us. But
I feel like just a bunch of weird shit is happening, and then eventually, what are these? Joe's going to pull out of somewhere later on.
Or we just get super suspicious constantly about it, and it really was nothing the whole time. And it's like either one of these could happen.
I'm perfectly happy to just let the landmine lie. I'll step on it later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is just literally like better dwarves and gardens. That's all this is.
Yeah.
We're just here to be nice. That's it.
So, okay. So, we have to figure out where we're going. Are we going back to the Cairn?
I think we should head back. I mean,
do you think we can actually handle those creatures now?
Think
some of them.
I think so.
I think we have a better chance
now that we know where we're walking into, right?
But if you mean specifically like the stone man, probably not. So let's avoid him for now.
Might be able to take him with the 6 of us now. Second circle.
Yeah.
But yes, maybe check out the other places first.
Well, we explored a lot of it, right? Like the only places that we
more
not.
Well, there was that big ritual chamber, which most likely has the things we were sent there to find.
Right. And then the sealed wall one, right? The one that was sealed up that we couldn't get past, right?
Yes, the barricade.
The barricade.
We're supposed to find books And we know from our benefactor that there should be a lot more there than what we found.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
So let's
what
go
we
back.
found so far is like we find a tenth this much going back there as we found this time, and it'll be worth it.
True.
So let's go back.
Okay. You just have to be very careful with those things.
Those things.
The horrors.
See that thing. Just the one that we know
What?
of.
But whatever that thing
Okay.
was, the big stone.
Stone man.
The stone, the
Yeah.
false man. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll be careful with the false man.
Didn't we run into more than one? We did. We saw more than one, didn't we? I feel like we did. We saw like two
Close
others.
the door quickly on something. I don't remember.
You found another hallway that led to the same room.
Okay.
And then you found two others that seemed to have similar motifs. They had tables with bodies on them, and Hack noped out of there.
Oh, right. That was that weird one.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, by all accounts, there should be a lot more there, and we found a lot of stuff the first time. So just got to be careful about the stone false man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Back we go.
All right. Yep.
All right, back you go.
Faster now with our wagon and team of Hatawas.
Yep,
Mhm.
Now you have animals, and like we passed over the first time, there are settlements and farms on the way that you took. However, let's see, last time it took you 2 weeks roughly to get there. This time, after about 8 days, you guys are getting close. You're probably at the rate of mounted travel away. 2 days away from the Kaer entrance or whatever that you know of. And you pass a farm where they fed you. You paid them a few silver and they fed you and let you sleep there for the night. The farm is in ruins.
Well,
We
that's
should
not
check it out.
From a distance, you can see some smoke rising from the buildings. Fields where there were crops now seem like they are scorched.
Huh.
Okay. Can we see like what ruined the buildings? Like the buildings also burned down?
Yes.
Don't we have
Seems like they burned.
Go check it out.
Yep. Let's go
Okay.
check it out.
You go check it out. Getting closer, you can see some of the animals. They had several herd animals for meat and stuff like that. A good portion of them lay dead, scattered in the fields.
Killed by what?
Not all
Kill
of
the
them
animal.
that you had seen last time, so maybe some of them ran off or whatever. They do seem to be butchered by edged weaponry.
Okay.
They have
So
slices and cuts, not an animal.
not an animal. Okay.
How
Yeah.
long ago can I estimate?
Within a week?
Okay. So not like today or anything.
No, it doesn't seem like today. Nothing is still warm. The blood that is soaking in the field is more than a day or two old.
Okay.
Okay.
But somewhere
assume we
between
know-
2 days and a week.
Got it.
I assume we know how many people there were here?
Yes. There were a good, let's say, besides the family, they had workers too, so maybe 16 people.
Alright.
It was a
I'm
small
gonna
farm.
Head in around and look for bodies of people.
You find 4 people. And it's generally the kids.
Oh, you butchered the kids?
Yep.
Mm.
What do we think? Slavers?
Maybe.
That's the only reason I can think of why the kids
Let's-
should be dead and no one else.
No, they would have.
If the slavers might have some, we'll probably have like a clue of their travel in and out of here. So maybe we should like circle the farm and see.
We'll do a big
Yes.
circle. They've been gone for a while, so I think we're okay to kind of split up a little bit too. It does. I don't think there's any threats here at the moment.
Okay.
Split up and look for clues, gang.
Cornelius will actually. He's gonna, rather than making the circle, he's gonna get these kids properly either buried or that's what he's gonna work at.
Okay. There are tools that are still here, so you can start digging a grave or, piling up over them.
Even if it's a shallow one, that's.
They're not in the same place either. They are scattered around, like they happen to be playing when people came upon them.
You know what? Actually, hold on. I may not do that because there's still a farmhouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I want to check. I want to check the farmhouse. You guys can check out.
I'll
the
go
outside.
with you.
Okay, and the rest of you guys can check out the outside.
Oh, I thought that's where we found them. What haven't we checked?
You haven't been into the wreckage and burning ruins. You guys are like circling the fields.
Let's go in first and check the wreck. I thought that's what we had already done when we found the bodies. Okay.
No, they were out in the fields. In the wreckage, the remains of the scorched buildings, there's no people.
Okay.
I got a question.
Scratch that. There's two people that were some of the heavy laborers that you knew from last time that looks like they are wounded in several places.
Probably tried to fight back.
Yeah.
So they got killed.
I'm just looking at the general lay of the land. Does it look like something tore through here? Or does this look like some sort of stunt that, my class would pull? Like, this was a Sky Raider attack.
It could be a Sky Raider attack. You are close to the jungle, so something could have hidden in the jungle and came in stealthily, quickly, possibly. But in like at least two separate directions, there's open fields. So nothing could have snuck up on them from those directions. It was either from the jungle or from the air, or something peacefully approached and waited until it was close by.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, that's what I'm trying to determine. Is that's what I'm looking around for. Is can I tell if this was a ground attack or did somebody like jump in, so to speak?
Looking for tracks.
Yeah.
Tracks or evidence of like arrows pointed straight up. Wait, unless they're firing from across the field at an angle, you don't get arrows sticking straight up unless you're shooting straight down.
Yeah, most of the body, the kids weren't armed or whatever, and the two bodies you found in the wreckage that were wounded are armed with like pitchforks and farm equipment.
And the damage was mostly done by sword, right?
Yes, sword or spear.
Okay.
Possibly a few axes to the animals.
But no bows.
No,
right?
There's no bows. There's no arrows in the bodies in the fields that you can find. But every team, choose which part of your team, roll me an awareness, and you get +1 for assistance with your team. Perception if you don't have awareness.
I'm with Cornelius. I have awareness. Do you?
I do.
I'm at. You're probably higher, maybe. I don't know because I just got mine.
I don't know. I'm step 8.
Oh, yep. You're a little bit higher than me, so you can do the +1 with yours.
All right. Oh, you know what? I'll have to add 1 to that because I forgot. I went past the modifier, so that would actually be a 9 total. Wow, that did not get much from the karma brother.
I think I'm kind of by myself, so I'll roll by myself, or did somebody come with me? Because as I said, I'm kind of like taking a really long loop and going in. Or more like a pinwheel in. Like I'm circling in.
I would have been maybe close to the edge. Like, how far away was the forest or the trees comparatively to like the farm?
The jungle at its closest spot seems to be still a good 50 to 100 yards away.
I'd kind of look more in that general direction to see if they came from, or something came from that direction.
Okay.
Damn. Great. Now if I try to hit something, I'm going to be like whiffing left and right.
They
Use up all those explosions.
they changed the way Fog of War is working again.
Oh dear.
Can you put me back in the call or whatever? No, I messed up.
Oh yeah. I only have 4 of us in
What
the
did you?
VC
Oh,
call.
I see it. Can you not call back yourself?
Maybe. Let's see. Wait, recent calls.
There
Oh,
you
okay, yeah. Okay, that's weird. I can't see everybody in the call.
I'm not in the same call as you guys.
Oh, is it like
Yeah,
a
I was gonna
separate
say,
call?
I can only see like 5 total. Yeah.
Oh, is that
Matt
what's
and,
confusing me? Is
and
there 2
Arca.
separate calls going?
Yeah, Matt and Arca aren't in my call.
Wow.
I'm in a
weird.
call by myself with Joe.
That's weird. Hold on.
I knew something was very weird. I was like, okay, what's going on here? How come I can't not see people?
Yeah, because Scaly, you were like, "Oh, I see everybody." I was like, "That's interesting. I can't see anybody."
I see my group call says participant 6 in a group call.
Nope. What? It's 6? Well, you should have more than 6 then.
Yeah, it's not showing me. So 6 participants besides me. Let me see if I can maybe end the call and recall everybody.
Yeah, that might help.
So everybody hang up.
Okay.
Now, Joe, are you still calling people?
I am still calling people.
There we go. Look at all these people showing up.
I'm still by myself.
Well, okay. I have one extra
now
person.
Matthew's there. Yep.
Yeah.
Call's haunted.
It's just Arca. We don't want you in this call. What are you talking about?
Weird. And it also changed the size of them too.
You're cursed.
I exist, but not really.
Alright, let me try removing you from the call and then calling you back.
Still by myself.
I don't know what it's doing then.
It's okay. You're special. You get your own little room. See, you should be proud.
All on mine. Now I need to fix the video sizes because everybody's size is now different again.
Sorry.
Yeah, VC's not indicating it needs an. It's not indicating it needs an update or anything.
Matthew, if you're talking, we can't hear you. It looked like you were trying to talk. Nope, we can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
No, what I said was it wouldn't be a relative dimension game without some level of technical difficulties.
That's right.
Yep.
It was going too smoothly so far. Something had to happen.
It's just like an EQ. It's not a raid if the enchanter doesn't die.
If you're talking about the original EQ, that is hilarious to me. Because I'm actually friends with the legendary enchanter who never died.
He wasn't a real enchanter then.
No, he was. He was possibly the only enchanter that actually knew what he was doing, to the point where EQ actually made him a quest character.
Alright, my windows are...
Fixed.
maybe fixed?
Close enough.
Everybody looks fixed on the... yeah, sized properly on the window, except...
the names are all off.
See, Cornelius is always the problem. He isolates
It is.
me, and then he, can't be in the right size window. Jeez.
If it's not his damn character sheet, then it's his call window.
yeah, alright. Now there...
Actually, everything with Cornelius is perfect, but he's just so good at illusion, it just looks like he's a problem.
That's what's going on. He illusioned my VC. I can't see anybody else.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of extra successes for increased duration.
Alright, well, everybody is now sized properly on the stream again. That was weird. My stream is lagging too. Not by much though. Alright. So we got Kothar made his awareness, Arca made his, holy cow.
Arca knows everything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Alright, so Arca's the one doing the far perimeter search. You can see a place. Oh.
No, actually, Kothar was doing the far perimeter search. I was pinwheeling to the center of town.
He was working his way from the outside in.
Yeah, but you were looking for something
That's kind of
specific.
the farm.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where in the heck this attack came from.
So, now this doesn't have the
Wait, so
outlying edges.
You're not checking the perimeter then?
We started at the perimeter.
Never mind.
So Kothar, it doesn't look like anything came from the jungle. Based on the trees around the farm and the location of certain fields and buildings and layout, it looks like there's one direction which would be somewhat hidden from the main farmhouse itself and a couple of the fields. And at that point, there's a place on the ground where several boot prints are. And they're a little deeper than just normal walking, and then they depart towards the farm a little farther away from each other, so a wider stride, and not as pressed deeply as the initial one was.
Sorry, what was that exactly? That was
They
traps?
came from the sky.
Yeah, they came from the sky.
Ah,
There's a place that's hidden from a good portion of the farm where several people landed and then ran towards the farm.
Yeah, they landed in cover basically, and then sprinted from there.
In the house, it looks like the fire mainly burned the outer building itself. The put itself out at somehow. Maybe it rained over in this area a few days ago before you guys got here. It's hard to tell. But there are some clues inside. Some of the doors look like they were broken open. There's some clothing caught, strands of clothing caught on like a nail, like somebody walked past it really quick and it caught and ripped a bit off or whatever, or they were dragged past a thing. More clues. There are a few daggers nearby, like somebody threw a dagger at somebody and they maybe pulled it out and dropped it, or somebody just left it. And Kothar, you can easily tell that these daggers are not a typical Barsavian style.
Ugh.
Anything to indicate, like, maybe potentially where they're from?
Oh yeah, they seem to be a Theran design.
Ooh.
Are there any like cellars or places where there could be like a safety room or something?
Yes, this is a farm. There's a couple cellars on probably on the outside of what would be the barn and then the main home. The one on the main home, the cellar door is smashed and broken open. There's evidence that somebody was down here and dragged out. There's some blood smears that then smear up the stairs. Right? There's some drops on the floor and then it comes up the stairs.
Okay.
The one outside that you presume was by the barn actually is hidden and covered by what looks like panicked animal kicking straw and stuff.
Somebody helped cover it up. I wonder if there's anyone there.
Something.
Yeah. Clear it and see if it's openable.
Yeah, you clear it and it is openable. It doesn't seem to be locked, at least not from the outside. It does swing open, and as soon as you open it, you hear a soft crying sound. Whimpering, soft, very weak voiced.
Hello? We're not here to hurt you.
The crying intensifies.
I'll fly down there.
He's not lying.
I'm pretty sure they'll remember, me. There's probably not a lot of windlings that pass by.
Yeah.
So I will flutter down there. It's Kenzie, remember?
You fly down there, and it's one of the not quite teenage boys of the family.
Oh, okay.
He's in rough condition. He's bruised. He's huddled in a corner crying.
Hey.
Are they he's unintelligible, muttering and stuff like that.
They're gone. The bad guys are gone.
Yeah, the Theran slavers are gone.
You're the only one down here?
I don't know. Did anybody else maybe get away?
He's the only one.
I don't know. We were playing, and Willa pushed me in here and shut me behind and told me to be quiet.
Can you bring some food and water down for him?
Yeah. Cornelius will follow. How did this happen?
Wait, what was that?
Theran slavers.
How long ago did this happen? He was asking.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, time.
I think I slept 2 or 3 times.
So 4 days, 5 days, maybe.
Yeah, at the most. And you've been down here the entire time since it happened. You didn't go back up at all, did you?
No.
Good. You may be better off just staying down here for the moment. Is this your house, or where is your room?
This is under the barn.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
you
The
might need to
house?
mute your VC.
Who?
Do you have kin nearby in another farm?
Yeah.
How far away?
Couple days.
Okay.
Well, they're down there dealing with this person. Once I find out they're survivors, I'm gonna go ahead and try and take some of the bodies and start finding an out-of-the-way spot to start digging some graves.
Well, let's get you some food and water first, okay? No, we'll give him some food and water.
He appreciates it.
What's your name?
Grigor.
Grigor. Do you remember us? We were here about a month ago.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you.
Good. Yes.
It's kind of hard to forget him, isn't it?
What time of day is it, by the way? Is it early or late?
I'd say it was fairly early when you got here.
Okay, I need to get Owen. I go up and get Owen.
Maxim? Yeah, sure. What do you need?
The kid has kin nearby. A couple days on foot, so that means you could probably get there and back on Hatawa with him. You think?
Do I think that?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Could he get a couple days travel by foot on Hatawa with the boy in only a few hours? Can he get there and back like by today?
There and back, probably not.
Okay, so
There?
maybe by tomorrow morning.
I'll get a better feel for where this farm is. Which direction are we? Which direction is this farm?
I'm just going by off the hand cuff. I don't think we need to be precise. Basically, the idea is get the kid there and get a family member here.
If it is, I'm saying if it's on the way or like just a little off our path, depending on what he means by the direction, then we may not even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Right. So the direction matters.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So which direction?
The direction is north.
Yeah, so off the path.
Okay.
So that is.
But we got to spare Hatawa, so that's why I'm thinking it'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
The riding speed.
The bodies.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
The riding speed, you think you can do? It would take you to do 24 hours. Well, to do a full day's walking would probably take you 4/5 of a day, maybe 3/5 of a day. So doing 2 days in one direction would probably take you 3 days there and back.
Okay, so yeah, about 50% increase in speed. Yeah, I mean, so we're heading off west. This place that we're thinking about is up north.
And the Kaer is southwest-ish.
Southwest. Okay. I mean, I could go there with the boy and basically just pick some location to meet up again, probably actually at the Kaer.
No. Take the boy and bring a kin back with you. One of his family members that can be responsible and deal with the farm.
Suppose so. We should also probably warn them. They might be next.
If they're enslavers, they're going to be like skipping about. It won't be like they don't go by land, right? They're going to be up in the air, so they're going to be like long distances. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Maybe, maybe not. So
there's too many farms in the area to like think that like one random one is going to be the next target.
But we should warn them. But yeah,
I guess
I can do that. Yeah, I can take it. Yeah, it'll take 3 days to do that.
But
we can wait and take care of the bodies while we wait. What?
Oh, by himself?
Yeah, on the two you got a Hatawa. He's got his own mount, right? We have a Hatawa that is separate from ours that has riding gear, so we can take the kid and the kin back. The kid there, kin back, right? On the Hatawa. And then in the meantime, we are not like bound. We can actually take our wagon if we need to leave. And in the meantime, we can like clean up and look for like, you know, the remains and organize things a bit and make it a little more presentable. You know?
Yeah.
Be like humans. People.
It feels...
Kinsey, do you want to come with me just in case there's trouble?
Yeah, I'm thinking. It feels unwise to send him by himself. And yes, I can come.
Not a bad idea.
So.
But you are light.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't take much weight on the back of
It's just like flying, only bumpier and not exerting.
Yeah. She'll get there. She's like,
how
do you do that?
Great line from Lord of the Rings. That doesn't make sense to me, but then again, you are very small. Applies to windlings very often.
Yes, exactly. Look, she weighs like 10 pounds, okay?
Okay. Alright, so is that the plan? The party's gonna stay here. I'll take the kid and two of our mounts.
If there is a problem, you get back and we're not here. Look for us in the direction of the Kaer.
Okay.
Alright.
But you can cover like far more
ground. I don't know, 80 Theran slavers here, then you know I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, so you depart on the trek northward. It takes you a little over a day and a half to find it because the family knows which direction they're going when they go there. The kid really doesn't, but he knows roughly where it is. And he kind of points, at landmarks. Hey, we should be closer to that over there than where we are, or whatever. Those of you staying around, you do manage to bury the bodies. You actually got shovels and picks and digging stuff last time you were in town, so this is a lot easier than it would have been last time.
Which is nice.
Though not the use we were hoping to use it.
Morbidly, ironically enough.
Also true.
But it is possible. Nothing seems to bother you. You, on the second day, I don't know if you're going to the remains are cool if you're going to search, do a more detailed search rather than just the casual thing, like actually picking through things and moving rubble around trying to find out more info or not.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine if going on the assumption that their kin is going to be okay, probably put together all the useful tools, implements, and supplies so that the family can come and claim them, I guess.
I kind of suspect they'll eventually send more family members to take over the farm, right? But like, I would assume they would have one person coming that would want to like see everything and check it out first.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's what I would
yeah. Hopefully, it's someone who come and claim the farm. I mean, there's not too much damage here.
Yeah, got all the walls built and everything. It looks like, yeah. Well, let's see what we can do about picking up and tidying up a little bit and wait.
Make a nice little, grave markers for him as well.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't take much convincing. Once you finally get to the farm, Maxim, the family is very receptive and worried. In fact, one of the kids kind of comments that they saw ships in the sky a week ago, but they didn't know. They can't do much more than say they were there. They can't really describe them or not. But to the south and to the west.
And going which direction? Do they know?
Yeah, that way. Wait, no, maybe it was that way. Wait, I was over in the field over there, and then it went. No.
Here's a better question: How many ships did you see in the sky?
One at a time. Maybe the same one, but maybe, I don't know, 2, 3?
I see. So you didn't see more than one together, is what you're saying?
No, not.
Okay.
No, only one at a time. The first one went that way, and then the next one went that way.
Okay. Understood. So potentially could be the same one, but potentially could be one or two. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
And this particular farm, since it's a little farther off of the road to Kratos or whatever, this farm seems like there's a few more buildings around, and it's more populated.
Mm-hmm.
But
larger homestead.
Yeah, one of them, older gentleman will ride back with you. Look, and he brings, he tells a couple people to bring a wagon and follow behind, but they're slower than that.
So he'll organize everything and then when they get there, he'll do whatever they need to do.
Yep. And then those inside. Who's echoing on VC? Do we know?
I don't hear it on VC. Maybe it's someone just with their mic open.
Could be.
Because I hear TV. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
No, my daughter's watching TV behind me.
I think it's you. It might be you.
So
maybe
it
we're
might
just
be
hearing it when you're talking.
Yeah, maybe. Do you hear that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So it is you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. It's not like too loud. It's just, there it is. Your mic picks up everything, apparently.
It does. I can try to angle it away a little bit, but I don't know if that'll help.
Nah, you just sound too far away.
Yeah. Might as well leave it as it was.
Yeah. So I sound farther away than the TV.
Yeah. If you got an NVIDIA card, that NVIDIA voice thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I am very surprised by the quality of my mic because it does not pick up hardly anything. I could eat chips, and for whatever reason, it does not pick up any crunch.
So, 4 days now. After the third day, when you thought he might have been coming back, he's not back yet. On the third day, however, you do see a small airship in the distance to the west. Probably a good 10 miles, 20 miles. And it's kind of going further west when you see it, and then you lose sight of it behind clouds and don't see it again.
Got any detail on it at all?
No,
It's,
not from that distance.
It's Chris that's echoing.
Is it really? Am I echoing? Oh, hold on. You know what? Hold on. I might have an explanation.
Do you have your push to talk on?
Negative Ghost Rider. I might be. Hold on. I would go into my settings. It might be picking up my. I wonder if it's picking up my webcam mic, which it shouldn't be, but.
I don't hear an echo.
I don't hear an echo with you. Yeah. I'm fine with you.
But I have VC turned down for everybody, so.
I only noticed because usually when there's an echo, there's usually a little voice bar below the picture, and his was the only one that had a little bar popping up.
That's true. Yeah, when I'm talking, I can see the green go on that too.
Oh, you should. Oh, what on your VC?
Yeah, you should mute VC.
You just mute it. Yeah, just mute the VC.
Click on the microphone icon on the bottom left.
Yeah, it should close that out.
Yeah. It goes away when I mute it. Yeah.
See, I just saw your voice thing too, so you should mute it. Anyway,
so yeah, on the morning of the fourth day, they arrive.
Cool. Okay. Gather up, everybody.
Searching through the wreckage, you find another Theran-made sword that looks like the blade snapped in half, so it was just kind of tossed aside.
Okay.
What kind of crappy sword breaks in half? Jeez.
Okay. Everybody round up here. We need to talk a bit. So, doesn't it seem to you that the behavior we're hearing and seeing seems to be a little bit like there might be a slaver base nearby that is sending out ships?
Well, we did see one recently, yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about the overall schema.
Yeah. If they're being seen around this area, when they said they saw the ships, that was like on multiple different days they saw them.
Multiple ships, yeah.
Or the same ship going back and forth.
Yeah, because normally, as far as I know, Therans, from what I've heard, Therans just typically just cruise through an area, occasionally dropping down to pick up new slaves to replace the ones they've used up, right? And that basically doesn't mean that they would like stay in an area, because that makes them vulnerable. But this description sounds like they're doing just that. They've set up like a slaver base or something, and they're going out on raids.
Well, they certainly could be.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Question is, what can we do about it? I don't know how to track an airship.
Even if we could, I don't think we're capable of handling something like that.
A slaver
we may
base?
not be capable of handling it. However, we are, I think, more than capable of at least figuring out where they're operating so that we may be able to report back to those who can handle it.
True. I do not think they would appreciate, a slaver base literally sitting in the middle of the area.
It won't be permanent.
Right.
We've seen a ship to the west. So it could be like not too far from our care, maybe a little north of it. It could be in the mountains, as far as we know.
Good.
How long would it take to get to?
Only by airship?
How long would it take to get to Throal or Kratos from here at our best speed, Joe?
From here, it took you I think 8 days to get here from Throal. So at your best speed without resting and pushing your animals, maybe 6 or 7.
And what about the Kratos?
4 or 5.
So you skip past the Kaer and go to Kravis and then report it there? Is that what you're
Well, it's
thinking?
the nearest authority, yeah, I mean, the nearest airship, anyway. Unless we can, like, flag some down. Does anybody else have any other ideas?
Well,
No, I think that's actually reasonable. We don't want this to sit too long, so us going to the Karn first may not necessarily be the best idea. So, no, I think Gravis is probably a good idea.
We may want to head west a bit first, see if we can get a better idea of where they might actually be coming from. I mean, something like this with raiding farms and things like that. I'm sure someone is already aware of it. I'm not sure it's much use just telling them there are Theran airships slaving.
Well,
that's not
but we could tell them the location of here. It would give them a start. Tell them the places that they were spotted. They would us wandering around the countryside looking for, within miles and miles of countryside looking for this thing it would just be a waste of time.
They may be able
Maxim
to.
Is it wrong? I mean, narrowing down the area, or at least like spotting where the base itself actually is, maybe.
But we don't know if they were coming or going. So whatever you saw going west, they could be coming from a place. So it could technically
right. We don't know the location of the base. I'm just guessing at this point. But
yeah, I mean, so the question is, do we spend the time to wander around that may or may not get us something, or do we just go straight there to give them more time to find it with better resources, because they would have more resources to send airships out to look.
Staying with the wagon probably wouldn't be our best bet. So we should probably go on foot at least. The wagon's too noticeable from the air, right?
Yes, but ditching the wagon, you would be a little slower.
Yes, I assume so, yeah.
This is
so
why
if we're going to go looking for the base, then heading on foot might be a little bit better.
I don't think looking for the base is going to be a good
better,
idea,
but not by much, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like there's so much land to cover, like having a direction, but there's so much land to cover. Going in that direction,
we wouldn't just be looking just for the land, right? We wouldn't be looking just for the base. We'd be looking for an occasional airship, right? The more we see airships, the more we're locating also the base they're from. So we also want to like
maybe we just make our way to we make our way to Kratos and we keep an eye on the sky on the way, because
I think that's the better idea. Like I said, we could literally be going in the completely wrong direction and see nothing and wasted 1 or 2 days that we could have reported it already.
I guess at the very least, we could always send a message once we reach Kratos about what we saw and what we suspect, and then let the exploratory society or whatever do what they will with it.
Yeah, we may even find a low-cost quest.
Very true.
I don't have any better ideas. I think west toward Kratos might be a little bit faster, so yeah. Makes sense to me.
Hang on to those weapons we found from them.
Present them as evidence. Yeah, we can present them as evidence.
Not just evidence. You find an archer, you find a scout, you find someone with mystic tracking. They can use those things to home in on the former owners.
Oh yeah.
You found something other than a sword?
There were a couple daggers.
Some daggers.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, definitely. Maybe by the time we get to Denlickian, we'll find somebody that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, a good thing to take before we leave might be if we can find some of the personal effects of the people we think were taken. Those might have a stronger connection than a discarded sword.
True.
Yeah, that'll be easy, I think.
Yeah, you can find personal effects. You can find a well played with doll, or
Pattern item, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't have.
Anybody else have any other ideas?
No, that sounds okay.
Yeah, agreed.
So we'll just keep an eye on the sky and track any airship sightings that we see about which direction they're going.
You're nearby the point where you have to turn south to get around to your Kaer, but also around the mountains before on the road to Kratos.
Right.
All right. So it's, you estimate 2 days to the Kaer, probably 4 or 5 to Kratos. Maybe Daichi a day ahead of that. On the day before you would be getting to the Kaer, you see an airship. Everybody can roll me awareness and or perception and or awareness.
There you go.
15.
Yeah.
Womp womp. 6. So it's been a couple days. We should do a new day, I'm assuming.
Yeah, if you want to. None of you took damage. If you need karma, yeah.
I've spent some karma. Where is the new day button on here now?
It's in the name box. It's the sun with the arrow pointing up icon.
Right next to the dice.
In the upper right corner.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. It's tricky.
Yeah. All right. A lot of people see some stuff here. So you guys see an airship rising up, roughly in the direction you're heading. And it seems to be traveling further west, slightly northish, further up into the Tylon Mountains, or perhaps in the direction where the Tylon River cuts through the mountains, or maybe originates.
Oh, could you put the map back up?
Oh, are you not there?
We're in the village still.
No, I'm still in the farm.
There we go.
So you guys are somewhere in this direction, right? And the Kaer is somewhere over here, not specifically to scale, but whatever. But it seems to be rising up from that direction and then heading off.
West. Okay.
Kind of in that direction.
So it looks like it's rising close to our Kaer.
Yes. Let's see here. Kinsey, you notice, because you can go up into the air a little bit, you notice that it does seem to be, in fact, rising from where the rough vicinity of that Kaer entrance is.
Oh.
You can't get a whole lot of info on it. Kothar. Oh, let me go in order of awareness and pertinence. Arca, you notice that this airship is probably one that can hold a maximum of 20 people on it. It's one of the smaller Drakars, mid-sized Drakar, in that area. It is not a type of ship that is usually overarmed or built for combat. Often if it's going to go into combat, it's going to be along with heavier ships that have better armament on them. Kothar, you notice, just from some happenstance of angles and what's standing where, that this particular ship does not seem to have many people on it.
As in, they were dropping people off there.
Perhaps.
Well, I think our plans have changed. We make all speed to the entrance of the Kaer, and
Yeah, I want to make sure they're not like. Did they literally steal our Kaer? No, absolutely not. It's not allowed.
Now, the main entrance
No.
the main entrance to the Kaer was buried very heavily. We were lucky to find
Yeah.
that side entrance that was burrowed out. If they were coming here to loot this place, then they'd probably be going in through the front, and they'd probably be leaving people to dig there while they took the airship
Yeah.
elsewhere.
I agree.
Okay. So we should stop then a little bit of ways and stash the things and do a quick scout by the main entrance first to make sure to see if they're there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And it is probably close to time when we should be finishing.
Yeah, someone had a hard out at 11, I believe. Or at wait, what time? I don't know your time. You're all on different time scales. I don't know what time. Someone had a hard out, didn't they?
Yes, I think so.
Was it now or later?
I think it was now.
Okay.
11 Eastern.
Eastern. Okay, I did read it right. It was Eastern. Okay, cool.
So I will give you the rundown, you guys, because you're still over a day away. You guys can, if you choose to go stealthily, it takes you a little over a day also to get into position to where you can try to leave the wagons up and get a little closer view to recon, creep up through the jungle, try to get an eyes on things, watch and see what's going on. There does seem to be at the main entrance of the Kaer, or hold on. My birds are chirping. At the main entrance of the Kaer, there does seem to be several people there with picks and shovels and digging tools. There also seems to be an earth elemental there assisting. So when you spy on these people, they look like they are making progress. They don't look like they've necessarily punched through the main entrance yet.
Do they look like slaves?
It's hard to tell. They aren't chained or governed like that. You don't really see anybody watching over them.
There's no overseer kind of thing.
Okay. No, everybody there does look like they have a purpose, that they are either assisting or on guard duty, watching for people coming up on them.
How many?
We'll say a total of 7.
Okay.
4 people that seem to be digging, 2 people that seem to be sentries, and 1 person that seems to be directing the elemental.
Do they have any identifying insignias or anything like that that can tell us who they're from, where they're from?
Or do they look ethnically Theran?
They're not wearing their ID badges, but yes, they do look Theran.
Okay.
Almost all of them seem to be. Probably say 2 of them are orcs, 3 of them are elves, and the other 2 are human, and one of the humans seems to be directing the elemental.
Ooh, are we gonna fight these guys?
Probably.
We may have to.
If they've got an elementalist who can summon, then they're... Well, let's just say we don't want that guy to get the chance, any chance to cast a spell at us.
Okay, so kill that guy first.
Keep the mage. Yeah, pretty much.
Now, to be fair, cavalrymen are basically work like torpedoes, so...
If you could charge that guy first and get the drop on him, then...
I mean, 32 yards away, I can charge that guy, hit him for 20-something step damage, and, maybe he dies.
Maybe he dies.
I can, load the Beastmaster on the mount with me, and you wouldn't be making a charging attack. But
but as soon as you land, I jump off and land and attack too. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I think summon spirits go away when the controller dies.
It's like a torpedo with a mini torpedo at the end of it. See, it's perfect.
A secondary payload.
Yes, it's secondary payload.
And then we really hope we survive for a round, or they're really badly surprised while everyone else tries to catch up to us.
Exactly. that'll be the fun part.
I mean, if you ground the elementalist into dust, I mean that might be a little surprising.
I sure hope so.
Yes, that's
good.
I don't think 10 physical armor is enough to keep me safe from 12 guys.
Let me adjust the party.
Well, only like there's what 4 actual like guards, right? And the rest are like working like clean.
And that was 2 that were watching.
Oh, 2 were watching.
Yeah, they all seem like they have weapons nearby.
Yeah. But I mean, but they're actively working right now, so it's not like they're. Yeah, so it'll take them a bit to get themselves situated. Not too long, but a bit.
You might be able to get a surprise round on them.
Right.
And also worth noting, like, we thoroughly searched the terrain around this area. If there's any route we could approach unseen.
True. We know the terrain very well.
Know that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. It took you.
Those are 2 days after we left the farm before we got here, right?
Yeah.
I've got a.
And you were.
Since we left Throal.
And Arca can now dive from above. Ooh, look.
Well, he has to get above.
Sure.
Although Great Leap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He can leap up.
There's also the fact that Arca has to go.
Yeah. No. We're not talking about. We're talking about later. Next game.
I'm trying to adjust the date. So you spent 2 days waiting for the crew to finish. Then you traveled 6 days, I think it was, to the.
It was 8 days out, 3 days at the farm, and 2 days after that is what I have. 13 days since we left Throal.
Sounds about right.
Okay. And then 15 days since the last date update. So. Alright, so now you can hit your update dates button. Everybody get. Oh, no, wait, you guys circled up last time.
I think we have to put something in the date for it to update dates.
Possibly. You should just be able to.
It just said no attribute found.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
So we have to punch in the date. I think. I don't think it stays. I don't think it's got a world.
When
date.
you. No, because I did it for somebody and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be working because legend points are not tracking.
Could be. All right. Well, what's the date?
Yeah. Go with 3-05.
(3-05). Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
Okay. No.
Should we just enter it manually down in the field there? Or?
Yeah, you can enter it manually in the date field.
Weird. Okay. I think it's not updating anything. I don't know. It just keeps giving me an error thing, so I don't know what it's supposed to do. But anyway,
yeah, me too.
I'm trying to find the table.
I think it's fine. You're about to give us some legend points. Is that the idea?
Yes.
How many are you giving us?
All right, there's the table. 1,200.
1,200? Oh.
Yes.
Okay. And what are we going to call this one? Something about a farmhouse? The poor farmhouse.
Theran Slavey Excavators.
The what?
The Theran Slavey Excavators.
No, that's got to be next time because we're going to beat up them on next time. This is we burned out.
Burned farm on a different note than that.
Yeah, I'm just saying because we found them. We haven't done anything with them.
Eyes on the skies.
Ooh, I like that one.
barter our Throlic redecorate
Oh, the redecorating.
and Theran renovating.
Renovations? We call it renovations.
Renovations. Ooh,
Yeah,
We'll
we'll just
like
call it
that.
renovations.
Theran renovations.
Yes.
Okay.
Renovations.
I'm gonna bug out then.
All right. I'm not sure exactly when the next one will be. Right now, my next likely day off is going to be the 21st.
Okay.
Is that a Sunday or is that
Yeah,
a
that's a Sunday that would be on our normal Sunday schedule.
Okay. So, are you still going to try for Sundays? Basically, then is this just a one-off on Monday, or is it going to be something where Monday becomes a thing?
We can discuss that.
I mean, I don't have a problem with running.
If it's good for everybody, and I have to, well, hold on, let me end the stream. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We're not sure when the next one will be, but we will post it in Twitter.